Okay, imagine this. You're a railroad worker in Kenya in 1898. It's pitch black. You're trying to sleep in a flimsy tent after a day of laying tracks through the African bush. Suddenly, you hear a low growl right outside your tent flap. Before you can scream, claws tear through the canvas and drag you into the night. This wasn't a nightmare. It happened to over 100 men thanks to the Tsavo lions. But here's what fascinates me most. Why did it take a century to find the so-called den? Let's unpack this macabre mystery. Look, the basic facts are horrifying enough. 2 Manellas lions terrorized workers building a British railway, killing around 135 people over 9 months. Colonel Patterson eventually shot them, but the story gets weird when you realize he claimed they had a cave they kept returning to. Fast forward to 1997, scientists actually go hunting for this cave. Why? Because the Field Museum in Chicago had the taxidermied lions on display, and they wanted to connect the dots. But here's where I start asking questions. If these lions were so smart they avoided traps for months, why would they have a fixed den? Isn't that contradictory? Let me unpack this expedition. They brought Alan Patterson, John Henry's grandson, along for vibes, I guess. Like a family heirloom ghost hunt. But what does this say about how we mythologize predators? We need physical places to ground our fears. The den becomes a symbol of evil, but realistically, lions don't use dens like wolves. These guys were nomadic killers. The search itself feels like chasing a ghost story. What many people don't realize is that Patterson's original accounts were probably exaggerated to sell his 1907 memoir. He needed that cave to make the story cinematic. Now here's the twist. Modern science says the lions likely had dental issues and Manellasness, making them more aggressive. But Kenya's oral histories talk about spirit lions tied to curses. So we've got colonial horror clashing with indigenous folklore. The 1997 team never found the cave, by the way. Shocking, right? Because maybe it never existed. The real den was the chaos they created in human imagination. This raises a deeper question. Why do we keep romanticizing man-eaters? Disney made a movie about them. We turned murderers into legends while ignoring the dead workers' stories. If you take a step back, this isn't just about lions. It's about how history prioritizes drama over truth. The Field Museum's lions are celebrities now, more famous than their victims. That cave search was less about science and more about feeding a narrative. Personally, I think we should be studying the workers' lives instead. But hey, I guess blood sells better than empathy. What do you think? Should we retire the man-eater mythos altogether? Drop your take in the comments.